Will these moves erasing publicly facing language about DEI actually result in the practices themselves from being erased? Let's ask the founder of Allison May PR and media relations expert Allison Maloney and former UPenn swimmer and ambassador at RileyGainesCenter.org, Paula Scanlon. All right, welcome to both of you. We have all spoken together independently about all of these DEI efforts and all of the negative things they have. Do you think, Paula, I'm going to bring that last question to you. Do you think this will actually change the practices, or do you think this is just sort of a move in name only?
I do think it's a little bit going to be a move in name only, because we still have people in these offices working that are going to be pushing these agendas, right? Just because the pamphlet doesn't say these 1,000 words anymore. There are still people who are pushing these meetings, pushing things. And even in my corporate office, I had people who were very left-leaning when I actually worked in corporate finance. And there were people who were pushing these meetings. They made us read books about transgenderism and pride things. And it wasn't being pushed by our company. It was being pushed by the individuals that work there. And the people who are on our side aren't comfortable speaking up, can't share their viewpoints, and so it's one-sided. And so unfortunately, until we get back to a place where everyone's able to say what they feel and talk about these things and say, hey, I voted for Trump openly, or I don't believe in this openly, we're still going to run into these problems.
I think that's a good point, because, Allison, I worked at a place previously where we were forced to sit in these all-day seminars telling us to question our inherent biases, and then being criticized if you walked into a room and one of your regional language affectations might be to say, hi, guys, you'd have to apologize to everybody. I mean, that was a real thing, and it is shocking to me that that existed then, but it is so entrenched now that it's hard to imagine people being able to say, ooh, that was a bad thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I have a friend who works in a hospital, and I remember her texting me saying, I'm sitting in this class and they're telling me things I never thought, I didn't even know existed, and things that I have to listen to and things I have to think and how I have to treat others. I think, to Paula's point, it's not necessarily maybe the CEOs or the heads, it's the people inside, and it's a small group, but they have the loudest voices, and they're the ones that push for all of this. And I think that these banks and these corporations are slowly trying to, get rid of some of the language on their websites, get rid of maybe the pamphlets to appease the media, media to appease the president. They also, may be facing some sort of lawsuit for people who are upset the fact that they are not taking part in DEI. So I don't think they can win. But to Paula's point, the majority of people voted for Trump, and they want to see these changes. And I don't think the banks or any of these corporations want to be dealing with, major lawsuits or any sort of negative press.
Yeah, it seems, though, to me, to both of your points, that I'll say unbrainwashing people is not easy. It takes time. And I mean, people were brainwashed over years with more and more things happening. I mean, it happened to you with swimming, where somehow you were the one who was called racist simply because you did not want to share a locker room with a fully intact biological man. So I'm sure a lot of these people at these companies, like you said, those within, are going to be attacking and lambasting people who actually are just trying to, I'm going to say it, get back to normal.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I saw again firsthand this DEI stuff. It's all related. It's taking away the merit, right? We're not allowed to have our women's competitions. We're not allowed to have whoever we want to work. And guess what? What these corporate offices need to realize is if they get rid of these DEI policies, you will still have quote unquote diversity in the workplace, because there are people with different backgrounds and different whatever race or you name it that are going to be successful because of merit. And I think without DEI, again, you're going to have a corporate workplace that just looks normal and like America. And we need to just have that.
And I think a lot of respect maybe will return to the workplace, because everybody will have worked hard to get there regardless of their race or sexuality.
The best, those who deserve that promotion, those who deserve that job will get it. The best of the best will be in those roles, which, again, we've seen a lot of companies, people leading the teams that are not the best. They were hired because of a certain thing. And I think people, again, if we were all hired for certain reasons and it wasn't our ability, how would we feel, as employees? We were all hired for our skills and our expertise.
Allie, we're almost at it. We have less than 30 seconds, but I do want to ask you, as a branding expert, do you think there will be a backlash against any of these brands or even these banks for going along with what President Trump and other Americans expect?
There could be, but again, it's a small voice, so they just need to stand firm with what they believe in and just continue to promote the message of their company and what they believe in.
All right, stick to your guns.
Yes.
I think that's the message. All right, Allison and Paula, great conversation. Thank you.
Information, truth, is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.